Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, where today I am going to be going over all my Rubik's Cubes I own. So first, let's start out with this one. This is a GAN cube. I think it's the 356M. I forgot, but this is my main 3x3 I use to solve and just get a good time. Next up is another 3x3 I have. This is a just normal plastic cube. Well, the GAN has magnets in it. You can see it in the corners. This does not. This is more of just turning for fun because I feel like it. I just kind of like the sound it makes, but it's a bit clunky. Next up is a Rubik's brand 3x3 my friend gave me. I had my own, but I gave it to my cousin. But the only problem I have about this, well, other than it being Rubik's brand and being bad to turn, is that the red face is very loose for some reason. And if I do that for any other face, it just stops. But this one can kind of just spin. Next up is my first speed cube. This is a plastic one. Very loud, very clunky. Not my favorite. No magnets. Just overall not the best. Those were all of the 3x3 cubes I own that are exactly 3x3s with nothing really special going on with them. Next up is 2x2s. So first up for 2x2s is this. It's the same brand as the clunky 3x3. It was my main because it was the only one I had, but now it's not. This is my main 2x2. It turns a lot smoother, a lot quieter than the other one, and overall just feels great. No magnets in it, as you can see. This one didn't have magnets in it either. This one is stickered, this one's not. Those are both my 2x2s. Now I'll be going to 4x4s. Like the 2x2s, I also have two 4x4s. This also used to be my main. Very clunky. Hard to turn. Pretty loud and annoying. But it's not my main anymore because I have a better one. This is my main 4x4. Same brand as the 2x2. A lot quieter, a lot smoother to turn. Just overall has a better feeling to it. Those were all the 4x4s. Now I will be going into my 5x5. I only have one 5x5, so it's my main. And I just love it. I love big puzzles for some reason. Mainly because they take a longer time to solve. But yeah, it's smooth, quiet-ish, and just feels great. Now, 6x6. Different brand, but feels amazing. I've never had it get caught. Just turns so smoothly. But I do have a little chip in the sticker, and that makes me sad. Giant leap from 6x6 to 8x8 here. This cube. I've got this cube jammed so many times, like 4 times now, and it's painful to get unjammed because the first time I got jammed it was really bad. A bunch of pieces were misplaced and I had to take apart practically an entire layer of the cube just to get it fixed. This is my first Mega Minx. It's the same brand as the bad 3x3 and bad 2x2. It's okay to turn, has little divots in the corners so you can easily hold it. Clunky and loud. Overall, not my favorite. Next up is the Mega Minx of the 2x2 brand that I'm using. Gets stuck a bit, kind of loud-ish, and not an okay turning, not that smooth, not too rough. Overall, okay. And lastly, in Megaminxes is my main Megaminx. Has divots in all the sides except the centers, so you can easily grab it. Does get caught every now and then, but overall turns pretty smoothly. No magnets in it. Just overall my best Megaminx. Up next are mini 3x3s. This is my best looking and best turning mini 3x3. Gets caught a lot, but they all do, because that's just what mini 3x3s are. Just a pain. Also, I'm missing a sticker. Up next is this Marvel picture cube I got. Even worse turning than that other 3x3, which is surprising to me, because that one already turned bad. I just hate picture cubes too, because I mean, getting the last center to be right is annoying to me. And lastly, in the mini 3x3s, is this one. This one actually has the best turning, surprisingly. It's missing the red center cap sticker, but I'm surprised it actually turns this good. Here, let me quickly just... Still gets stuck, but hey, it's a picture cube. Huh. Actually turns pretty nice. Next up are the 3x3 like cubes. By that I mean cubes that are in the shape of a 3x3 still, or cubes that are not, but still kind of have the same turning patterns. First up, let's go over the Molly cube. This is my favorite cube to just like turn. I'm very bad at solving it, because you're probably wondering, that's more than 6 colors. How you solve it is you get one, you can't have more than one of a color on each side. So that means if you have yellow here, you cannot have yellow on this entire face. And that's painful for the edge pieces, because that covers 2 faces, this face and this face. But yeah, the reason why I like to like just turn this cube is because the magnetic clicking sound and its smoothness. Nice clicking sound. Up next is a Sudoku cube. This is kind of like, actually, it practically is like the Molly cube, except has different numbers on the sides and corners. Haven't been able to solve it. Doesn't turn that good. I'm actually not sure how you're supposed to solve it, cause I think it's just supposed to be on like each face and not like across, because if that was the case, I would already lose, because there's a 1 here and a 1 here in this row. So, okay, no, not okay. Like dollar store cube turning, but still a good puzzle if you like Sudoku. Up next is the Axis cube. This is a 3x3, and let me show you why. See this right here? That is all one layer. And let's look at this. This is a center. So that means if I turn it like this, it lines up, and you can turn it like that. It's a very weird cube, to say the least, but still fun. I actually have 2 of these. and they're both the same brand. Both same color scheme. I think they both weigh the same. Both turn the same. So, yeah. Up next, we have what I think is called the windmill cube. It's like a 3x3, but you turn it 30 degrees whilst keeping it in the cube shape. And it turns like this. Yeah. This cube is pretty fun because it splits down the middle. And this is a center cap. So that means if I do, wasn't it? Yes, it was this. Just turn it like this. And this flips, and this flips. But this is what I think is the windmill cube. Up next is the windmill cube, but instead of 30 degrees, it's turned 45. So that means this is a center cap. And it's also change shape. Shape shifting. What is that? Turns decently. A fun cube to just pick up and solve since it's literally the same idea as a 3x3. Except you have to make sure the centers are the right way when you're putting the corners in, or else that could completely mess up your entire solve. But yeah, that is this cube. Up next is the mirror blocks 3x3. This is fun because it shapeshifts. Each piece is a different size, causing you to making you have to use like size of each shape in order to solve it. So let me just quickly. Turns very smoothly, like incredibly smooth. One of my favorite puzzles to just mess around with. Also, if you can like get a light to bounce off of it, hey, that's me. You can blind people, which I find pretty funny. And before I forget, Mega Minxes. This is a magnetic Mega Minx. Turns okay. It's not my main. You can't see the magnets in this one, but still turns pretty good. I just have a better Mega Minx. And this is the better Mega Minx. You can see, well, no, you can't see the magnets, but the magnets are very strong. This is a X-Man Tornado V2, I think. Turns very fast. Like, very. Maybe if I... So what I'm doing there is a sledgehammer, I think is what's called, where you just do those 4 moves over and over again, like this. You do it 3 times to be exact. But yeah, this is my Mega Minx. I'm not Mega Minx, Pyraminx. Up next is a very hard cube to solve. Square 1. As you can see by the cube shape shifting, it can do some crazy stuff. Like putting 2 edges next to each other. It turns okay, no magnets in it. For my first square one, it's perfect. But the thing about this that makes it so hard for me to learn is that it's not like R, U, R prime, U prime. It's numbers. Literally, this is 2. The edges are 2. Well, the corners are 2, while the edges are 1. So that means this corner, all right, see it pass. So right now I just did 1 turn, and then 1, 2, so 3 turns. It's just insane to learn. Up next are 2x2 light cubes. Let's start out with the mirror blocks 2x2. This turns so smoothly, and I love it. I can literally just do a quick solve with it, maybe, because I keep getting parity for it, and that's not fun. Ready, and that is not possible. So I messed something up. Let's go. This looks possible, perchance. Nope, I messed it up. Oh. Yes, alrighty. So there it is. This is smooth turning but painful to solve sometimes. Next up is the Rubik's Orbit. This is a Rubik's brand 2x2, but instead of the pieces being on the outside, they're on the inside. So practically, they move the faces onto the inside. So what you have to do is that they have to be matching from your visual perspective. And I find that amazing. Also, they didn't use the correct color scheme. Why is white opposite of yellow? I mean, blue. White's supposed to be opposite of yellow. Rubik's. You made the Rubik's Cube. You should know this. Next up is the Scube. This has magnets in it, as can be heard from the smooth clicking from it. This is a fun puzzle to solve. Not too hard, but not too easy. You need to know a couple algorithms in order to solve it, but not too many. Alrighty, and oh, wait a second. All the corners are just twisted. Oh, and I remembered. There we go. Not lastly, second to last, is this puzzle. Also has magnets in it. This isn't too hard of a puzzle. I really like it. Turns nice, smooth, kind of like butter. So if I go like but then if I go like boom, 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 it's 2 sides done. Now, watch this, watch this. Boom, wait, boom, shakalaka, and then I go boom, boom. Now there's just 3 pieces left. Go. So I want to get this over here, so I go, isn't it like boom? Or does the green boom? Boom. 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 There we go. Last, but you could probably say least, floppy cube. It's a 1 by 3 by 3. It can shapeshift, so I'm gonna quickly solve it. Right now that I have this scrambled, I will solve it. Alrighty, that's one side. And it's solved. Yeah, this cube doesn't take long to solve. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a good day. See ya.